Relatives, Inani and Sage Andrew Romero. My name is Sage Andrew Romero. My traditional name is Tuah-Tahi, which means in my Tuah-Tahi language, eagle mountain crying or eagle mountain singing. I'm from the Numa of the Tovowahamatu Payahu Nadu, the Paiute people of the Owens Valley, and the Tuah-Tahi, the people of the Red Willow, Taos Pueblo. And I just want to do this introduction to you all and also share a little bit about where I come from as part of this event that is happening here digitally, virtually. And I decided to choose this location here in my homeland. It's nearby to Tovowahamatu. This is in Payahu Nadu, our area that our people come from. And this place has many names, many traditional names, but it has one that is known by, which I'll get into a little bit sooner, which I will get into in just a bit. But I just sang a song which is about our missing and murdered Indigenous women, which is an issue our people are dealing with. A very high percentage of our Native women go missing without any type of real documentation or follow-up with that case, and a lot of our women have gone missing because of that. Very high numbers in Canada and throughout America. And it's one of the issues we want to raise awareness upon, because our women, of course, are the life givers of our culture, our heritage. We're a matriarchal society, which means the women have say in all the things that we do. Our leadership has a group of women. Again, many different tribes have many different ways, but generally speaking, a lot of our women do have that role of leadership and decision makers. And they're very important to us. And so those are one of the issues that our people have to deal with today. But within our issues in general, a lot of our stance, our fighting is for our land, our environment. But within us, our people, within our way, the environment is our culture. It is our people. It is our home. It is our relation. And so those fights that we have for our land are actually fights for our heritage, for our culture. And what you see here where I'm standing now is a place that has much history to our people, and it's now known as the Alabama Hills today. And there's many names, like I said, of the area that go traditionally, but now it's known as the Alabama Hills. Why Alabama and California, you may think? It's because it has connotations to the Civil War era, in which there was a ship that was named Alabama. And some decision makers decided they wanted to name this area after that battleship and honor that Civil War Southern ship. And then we often wonder, why would we be honoring a Civil War Southern States ship here in California, in this beautiful sacred place to our people? And there's many things that come up, but a story that I've heard orally passed down is that this ties in with our water rights. We have water rights that we have been fighting for a long time. Our people, the Numu, were displaced from these lands in the early 1800s and late 1800s, and we were moved to another place, and the hope was that we would stay away, we wouldn't come back. But we came back. A lot of families did stay in the mountains, and they were able to hide from the volunteer militia, which were the people that were called upon to round us up at that time, so that this land could be more vacant and taken by the city of Los Angeles and other ranchers and all the developers that were moving in, colonization, as you would say. And from that point, the city of Los Angeles was intimidating a lot of the actually non-native ranchers as well. And so what they wanted to do was to get some of this land. They brought in members of the KKK long ago, and because they have some knowledge and intimidation and whatever they've been known for. And they came to this valley here, and they ended up intimidating many ranchers out of their land. And eventually those people would leave, and the city of Los Angeles would be able to buy up that land. It was all undercover tactics, things that aren't written down. Oral history, as I said, passed down, which is important to our people. And it's our way of sharing information and keeping stories alive, but also keeping modern history alive, because these things happened recently. And so that would happen, and those people from the KKK would eventually stay, so they would be here in these lands. So of course, if they're going to have some power, they're going to have some power in the decision-making that's placed upon these lands here after that colonization of the city of Los Angeles and the United States government. But this valley here that I'm in, Payahu Nadu as we call it, is a place of great importance to our people, a lot of sacred things. It was known as a place of flowing water. As you see, it's a little bit of desert now and everything, but it's been dried up. But just south of here is the Owens Dry Lake, which goes into the story as well. And this all happened, and now these became the Alabama Hills after that. But our people are now taking a stance against that and hoping to bring a name change about, which will honor the traditional names of this area. And there are some elders and some older people that want to hold off on sharing those names before we get it out there, because we believe the place names have a sacred strength to them. There's medicine within knowing those sacred names, those sacred places. And if someone says it in a bad way, it's not good for the place, or if it's not used in the right way, it's also not good for a place. So in that respect, I won't be sharing those names just yet, but when they do come out, you will hear them, the names that are decided by the community. But yeah, this is one of those lands, and just south of here, like I said, is the dry lake, which was dried up by the city of Los Angeles early in the 1900s. And from there, a lot of that hurt came from our people and our environment now. We're struggling and dealing with those issues now. But we look at the Black Lives Matter movement and how important that was in helping keep these things going. As you know, Native people, we have a very small population, so that makes it hard for us to have much of a voice. But one of the positive things that came from the BLM, that includes us as Indigenous people, was that strong voice they had was able to resonate to our people and help us fight these things that many times people are like, oh, your people don't have much say, so stay over there. But now we're getting more of that push because people are now starting to pay attention, whereas before they would just brush it off and simply pretend it didn't happen, or say, oh, that's not written down anywhere, so why do we listen to that? Why do we need to listen to that? It's not true. It's not written down. Like I said, our oral histories are important to our people. And so we're grateful to the BLM for allowing that strength in the voice to come out and make people pay attention to issues such as these.
Kunana, 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 kuna. 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 Iwama nichinana kukuyui. Iwama nichinana kukuyui. Kunana, 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 kuna. 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 Iwama nichinana kukuyui. Iwama nichinana kukuyui. Kunana, 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 kuna. 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 Iwama nichinana kukuyui. Iwama nichinana kukuyui. Kunana, 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 kuna. 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 Iwama nichinana kukuyui. Iwama nichinana kukuyui.
So in honoring the recognition of those places, I also wanted to share the hoop dance and our traditional dancing in my presentation for you all. I'm actually dancing just west of the Manzanar concentration camp memorial in the video, and it's looking down upon that encampment, and that's where the government put our Japanese relatives during the World War II era, and that was a hope of keeping them in a safe place. There's a whole story behind Manzanar, you can look that up, but our people here in this valley have history with that as well. And our native people, we were treated the same way. We were put on reservations, plots of land, because of all the wars and everything that happened, and our people were still there on those reservations today. And but I wanted to do that hoop dance there so that you could see that area where that encampment was, but also bless and honor that in a good way so that we can continue remembering those stories and know that those things are close to happening again. They are happening still. You see the children being put in cages. You're seeing all these movements that are making people of color struggle and have a hard time. You see a lot of issues within the inner cities, all those things that are happening to our people of color, our relatives, and they're still alive. And just the way that a lot of racism has been opened up within the political realm and the world today, we want to make sure that those things that have happened in the past do not happen again. So we want to remember that And so I did that dance out there in a good way, and I just want to bring that good spirit, that good prayer of our land, our people, so that we can continue healing and get away from the hurts that might be coming about from the things that are happening today. And, you know, the rights of our people and the land, everything we must protect, keep safe for future generations. But I danced there, and again, that dance is an honoring dance in which we dance and make shapes upon our body with the hoops of things you see in the natural world, things that are alive, things that are around us, and also tools that we utilize. So you'll see those as I'm dancing. And I also danced our traditional Numa style, our dance from here, from these lands, the original dance of these lands. And that was just a way to give strength to the ground and also give strength to our people out there that will be seeing this, because that's what we believe, that color white evokes that strength out to those that are watching, and also the connection to the earth with the dance. So those are all very important to us. So those dances, those style that you see, again, those are meant to help people feel strength, help them feel better or heal with what they're dealing with. But again, a lot of issues our people deal with, like I said, the murdered and missing Indigenous women, our rights within these lands, our water rights, things that we fight for all the time, are still ongoing. And you can look into those issues within our people here in this Payahu Nadu. And just south of here, in this area here, there's a place called Conglomerate Mesa. And now a gold company is trying to move in and start drilling over there and start mining that mesa. And this is a place that has many sacred areas around it, and it also has plants that are unique to that area. The ethnobotany of the area is important too. A lot of medicines in the ground that are growing, as well as foods and things that are very unique to this area. So I want to raise awareness of that as well, and to help protect our land from being exploited or destroyed in the name of monetary gain and capitalism for those that benefit only themselves and not for people in general. But these are all issues that our Native people deal with here in this valley, and I'm grateful to have this venue, this place to speak out and share and raise some of that awareness to you all. But thank you from here in Payahu Nadu, Inani Ane Alapian Chuntai, Sage Romero. Thank you for giving me time and opportunity to share with you all. Oh, Bijal.